Welcome to the episode of Bleav in Falcons. We have a Victory Monday today, and it is
Mhm.
so good. I mean, Sundays are better, Mondays are better, the whole week is better. But for our case, the whole week and the bye week are going to be better when we win. This win is something the Falcons fan base needed. The Falcons, diehards needed because there were people crying last time
Yeah.
the lost to the Panthers. But man, it was great from the comfort of my home. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, so I was like, "You want to go to the game?" She's like, "No," so I didn't go to the game. You had a chance to be not only in the stadium, but they had the spirit of Michael Turner flowing through them and had a Falcon spotlight. I kind of shared on social media, showing some of the great plays that you were able to give the Falcons fan base throughout the years, and hopefully showing the Falcons how to run the ball because Bijan did a great job, team did a great job. We won. What was your take on the game and your perspective from being down there on the field?
Well, overall, man, it was just a great game, great atmosphere. Like you said, I felt like it was a must-win for us, and it was like coming off that shutout, man. Everybody was in panic mode, so we had to figure things out quickly. And I'm glad that we looked sharp out there, looked crisp, and like everybody was rolling, man. We was clicking on all three phases of the game. And on as far as offensively, having Zach on the sideline, there, it was real big.
Yeah, no, we talked about it before. Again, Bleav in Falcons presented by FanDuel. We're excited to come here and break down this Falcons game for you. But we talk, and we're not always right. I mean, we're right most of the time, but I didn't think that Zach Robinson coming down was going to be a positive thing. I was happy I was proven wrong because I just feel like you got to go with what you're comfortable with. And maybe he said, maybe I might be more comfortable if I can hear and see and feel my players. There was talk about the communication not being where it needed to be with Zach Robinson and Michael Penix. And now you saw him high-fiving guys. You saw him hugging guys. You saw him pointing and talking to guys right there, going over adjustments. That may be something that made not only the communication better, but the execution better. So I love the fact that we were able to find a problem, find a solution, and fix it. Because Lord knows that the offensive production from last game couldn't happen again this game and us actually win.
Man, everything looked great, man. And like I said, like career high for Kyle Pitts passing yards, career high for Bijan Robinson total yards in the game. Mm-hmm. Drake London had over 100 yards catching.
And career high for Penix too for yards. I think it was his career high.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mentioned that already. Yeah, then we had Kyle Pitts, getting his catches in. You know what I'm saying, and being more involved in the offense, and he's been the most consistent guy on offense so far this season. Him and Bijan. I'm going to say Bijan. Him and Bijan have been the most consistent pieces on offense so far this season. It's looking great, man. We got a glimpse of what this Falcon team can look like. With all these weapons, we always talked about all these weapons we had, but we never had a complete game from all the weapons in one game. And it's the first time we actually seen that, and hopefully we can see that some more in the future.
It's really just looking at it big picture wise, Mike. It gave us a chance to get a sample size of what we look like when we're good, we look like when we're bad, we look like when we're in between horrible, but most importantly, how do we bounce back? That was the thing that, if you remember, back in our day with Mike Smith and Mularkey, it was always about don't put together back-to-back losses. Like they were big on that. Like don't, hey, we lost. Let's rework it. Let's, dust ourselves off. Let's get back in the fight and go out there and fight. You always want to see not only how your team, but how individual players can respond to a butt whooping, a thrashing, an embarrassment like that. It's easy to play well when everything's on your side and then media loves you and everybody's like singing your praises, but it's a lot harder, or it tells you about the strength or the mettle of a man when they are at the absolute bottom and no one believes in them and no one thinks they can actually get the job done, and you still find a way just with the guys on your team, in your squad, in that room, in that building, that say, hey, we're going to get it done. And they got it done. Wasn't pretty throughout the whole, way. They had some mistakes. They had some blown coverages, had some big plays. You had Deebo Samuels looking like the old Deebo when Debo looks pretty thick. He looks pretty hefty. He's enjoying some meals or two. And having that guy,
that's that new contract, baby.
that new contract, but his face look a little rounder than he used to look. But I mean, having that guy look like a freaking all-star didn't make me feel well. But all in all, I loved how Penix bounced back. The whole team, but especially Michael Penix, to have that guy. There should never been any questions. Like, there were some people who like to just stir up stuff and say, "What about Kirk Cousins? He's a $100 million quarterback, and he's back there. And if he's healthy, Michael Penix has been bad through." Michael Penix is your franchise quarterback, Mike. He's not going anywhere. I don't care if he played bad every other game this season. There should be no reason that you would ever put Kirk Cousins back in there, because he's just a Band-Aid on like a bigger problem that we've had looking for a franchise quarterback. We now have a guy who can do that, and I'm so happy Penix responded in the way he did, because this should make it very clear that even if he has another bad game, God forbid he has another terrible game where we get shut out, there should not be any Kirk Cousins talk. The only way Kirk goes in is, again, God forbid Penix gets hurt, then put Kirk in. But if he throws an interception or two, shoot, Kirk threw 4, and you kept him in there. So I don't want to hear anything about, hey, Penix had a bad game, let's put Kirk in. No, this is Penix's team. The team bounced back great. I'm very excited to see us go into the bye week and get even better.
You know what? The Kirk Cousins taking over to talk has been crazy. But that's when you are when you're in panic mode, man. You're trying to find anything. What's the solution? What's wrong? 0 points. We never had 0. We haven't had 0 points in I don't know how many years. So everybody's trying to find something that can make the Falcons better. And or can, like, oh, did we make a mistake of putting Penix in? Giving him a team right away. I mean, not right away, but like this point in his career. And he's proven us, like, Raheem Morris made the right decision so far. Now, I mean, like, this team is rallied behind Penix, and he's a great leader on that team, man. And he needed this game more than anybody else on that team to bounce back, because last week was a disaster. Last week looked like we didn't know what we were doing. And like, it was like missing throws, missing catches. It was just complete disaster. I'm glad we got that behind us. Bounced back against a good Washington football team. It was beat up. It was a beat up Washington football team. But again, we were supposed to beat Carolina and got shut out.
There you go.
So we can't, what I'm saying? So yeah, this team was beat up. So yeah, this was a good game for us to bounce back and just get our juices flowing again before the bye week.
Yeah, and we were beat up again. This beat up team with Marcus Mariota beat the Raiders, so they can beat teams. Like, not like, oh, well, Jaden Daniels not here, McLaurin's not here, so we have a guaranteed win. The Panthers had offensive linemen, they had starters who were out. We still got 0. We got 0. Yeah, so I don't want to hear about, it's not a real win. The guys didn't really bounce back. A win is a win in the NFL. Week 16, 17, no one's talking about who was there, who was not there. I mean, again, to have Penix raise not only his play, but the play of everyone around him. You mentioned Penix. We talked about with FanDuel, he was going to have like 4.5 or 5.5 catch with it.
Yeah, that was Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. Yeah, Kyle Pitts went crazy. And Kyle Pitts every week is showing why it was a good thing. We didn't trade him. We didn't get rid of him. A lot of talk about Kyle Pitts being done. I had a Kyle Pitts jersey. It's here, a little behind the scenes. I had a group that I was like, hey, I have a Kyle Pitts jersey. I was going to give to a charity to raise some money. And before the season, they're like, nah, we're good. I said, you're good? Like, nah, we're good. I was like, so, that's how he was. There was so much respect on Kyle Pitts, and some of it, earned just because of the huge production his first year. And then how it waned year 2, 3. It's a do or die for his contract year. You've been in a contract year in San Diego. I was in a contract year in Baltimore. When it's contract year, you got to put up or shut up. And I'm glad that not only is he putting up, but he has a cast of characters that will help him put up. But we got to go to the defense a little bit, Mike, because the defense is something that last game was a disservice to them because it made them look like they are bad defense. And
they're like going back. They didn't look that bad last week. When
you look at this game and the last game, like, wait, hold on. Our defense has been legit the majority of games. Outside some, D. Alford struggle against Deebo Samuel we discussed earlier. Like, our defense has been lights out. Like, it's something to where Falcons fans can get a big smile on their face when they look at guys like Xavier Watts.
Yeah.
Guys like, our defense, our defenders, but even Caden Ellis and Devon Diablo, these guys are making us feel like, well, we got a complete defense. They were running all over the place. I loved how they were able to contain Marcus Mariota, because Marcus, despite him being Marcus Mariota, still, again, is a very versatile dual threat quarterback. Get out to the edge. He showed us a little bit when he gets his legs moving, he can get first downs easily, but they contained him for the most part. They contained the run. They were great on the pass. Our whole defense, we have a mini Legion of Boom going in the defensive secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say enough good things about our defense because we haven't had one in so long. It's been the offensive show year after year, Matt Ryan after Matt Ryan season, and now we're showing that our defense can not only give us opportunities to win, but they can lead the charge. So it's been great.
Right. You know what? 2 more sacks again this week. We talk about pass rush. There, that's the main thing. We talk about pass rush. We got 2 more sacks. 2 more sacks this week. We did great defending the run and everything, and a great holding Marcus Mariota. His numbers they look better than what the game actually was. We really had that offense contained. And when you look at the box score, you might see something different. But I've been at the game. We had that team under control the whole game. But we did have some hiccups here and there that gave them hope to have a Falcons going to Falcon. You know what I'm saying? So
I couldn't enjoy the game. It was funny because I was watching with a friend of mine. And no one could really just say, okay, we're good. We're going to enjoy the game. We're going to relax because unfortunately that is, and it will be the background feeling of Falcons fans. Falcons are going to Falcon. And so we have to wait till it's 0-0 fourth quarter for us to feel completely comfortable. But it was fun to ride.
Right, yeah, good. That's right. We still have to recover an onside kick at the end of the game. Even though we controlled how we looked dominant the whole game, we still had to recover an onside kick at the end. So, it is those moments where, all right, we do let our foot off the brakes a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But we can't do that. We can't do that. We gotta have a killer instinct. We have more of a killer instinct than we have been shown in the past. But that's all. I just feel great for the guys, man. And even though I thought we was gonna have AJ Terrell back this week. But be good that he's going to have an extra week of rest with the bye week coming up. So we can talk about that too. How this bye week is timing up with our injuries and things we got to fix on offense, and things internally we have to fix and deal with. I think it's coming at the right time. At the beginning of the year, it was like, that bye week's too early. But right now, I'm feeling like maybe the right time to have this bye week.
It feels super early. I just know that. When I played, you tell me if I'm wrong, I hated early bye weeks because I was super tired at the end of the season. I was like, a bye would be nice right now. Now if they have 2 bye, I know there's some teams that had 2 bye weeks because they had early or had to go overseas or whatever. Or, I know Thursday night football is like a mini bye week, but
they come Thursday as a mini bye now. Thursday night is the mini bye now. Yeah,
it's a mini bye, but it's a situation where you're right. It is great because key players need to get healthy, and that might be the difference between having a key player in and winning a game than getting a bye week later on and not really. It's too late. It doesn't matter.
Too late.
It's great for our team in the situation we're in now, but overall, these early bye weeks, I just feel like it's going to hurt you in the long run because when week 8, 9, 10 comes, everyone's getting their bye week. We're sitting here like, okay, all right, we're gonna be okay. We're almost there. I just don't feel like you need it more because you're going to be more beat up, more guys hurt. Was AJ Terrell and this person and that person, the D lineman, the O lineman. But we'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll take it because we got Buffalo coming in, so it's good to have some extra preparation for Buffalo. And we've been sitting at 1-3 right now instead of 2-2. They would have. This bye week, all the talks throughout this bye week would have been the Falcons are done. The season's over. Fire Raheem. Bring Kirk back in. All those talks.
Mr. Turner. There would have been crazy talk this whole, not just a week, but 2 weeks in this market, the Atlanta market. That it's like, what have you done for me lately? It would have been crazy talks about how put Kirk Cousins in. Raheem might have fired another receivers coach by the current 2 receivers coach in a row. Like there's going to be people fired, people position changed. There would have been so much going on if we were 1-3. And thank goodness we don't have to listen to that, hear about that, and keep our mouths shut because, hey, they don't like too much negative commentary, but you have to say what's going on. After that 30-0, I'm just happy and proud that there are multiple people on the Falcons team that are asked about the negative feedback. They're like, we deserve it. We deserve all of it. I'm like, yes, you do. If you play like trash, you're going to be told that you played like trash. I never felt bad about games, and we didn't have too many of them, but games where we played like trash and people would come up to me like, you guys suck. I'm like, yeah, that's a fair assessment. We sucked. I mean, again, on the field as what we did, not individually. Like I'm a nice person, but my play on the field sucked. And right. I feel like no athlete should be not against, but unable to take some of the tough criticism of playing bad. I mean, you're at this level now. Media, fans, coaches, your mama gonna tell you, hey, you played bad, you played bad. Mm-hmm. I think they had it coming to Jesus because a lot of them played bad individually, collectively, as offense, defense, special teams as well. And if you don't have accountability on these teams, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard to get better. But I feel like they have a strong sense of accountability, including the players, which is why they're able to look at themselves, look in the mirror, and say, we've got to get better. And they've gotten better. And this bye week is going to be so much better to watch film with a win versus the loss.
Definitely, most definitely. I know they got some relief released off their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we got a win behind us. We're looking good now. Not in the win, but it was like we look good in the win. We was efficient on offense. That's I don't even know if Michael Penix even got a hit. Like, I know he took a shot while throwing the football, that touchdown to Drake London or somebody. But I don't know if we was it Zach Robinson that much of difference on the sideline to actually communicate with him, Michael Penix directly right there on the sideline, get things going, get things rolling, look at those young guys in the faces and call them plays. Difference than having somebody in the booth. Yeah. Just, saying, not barking orders, but just like do this. It's like, I think they need a true leader on the sideline, and our guys are too young to have that true leader to pull things together and get things clicking. Because we look great. We look great yesterday, and I don't know if this having that coach right there, like, all right, let's look great in front of him. Like, I don't know that dynamic, but it was a great dynamic to have, and to see that how we officially move. So now we don't no talk of the pistol looking bad this week, and the pistol looked great this week, you know what I'm saying? So, so where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Well, here's the thing, Mike. I still feel like, and we did this last game or 2 games ago when we had an amazing game against the Vikings. We were all praised, gave a round of applause, and let's go Falcons. And we're like, we're going to the playoffs, and we're going to the Super Bowl, and we're going everywhere. And the defense was crazy, but we still didn't see didn't recognize some of the places where we didn't do so well. We didn't, get the job done. And we're like, we'll fix that. I mean, let's just focus on the good. We can't just focus on the good. We can't do that. We're not going to make the same mistake again because we won the game, but we almost didn't win the game. And you mentioned we had to catch an onside kick to win this game, despite us being the dominant team. I mean, look at the stats of the Panthers game. We were the dominant team. You look at one of the first games, we were getting like field goal, 5 Parker Roma field goals. Right. All these small details that we're being inefficient at, they are going to, if not the next game, the game after, or sometime this season, bite us in the butt. So we have to look at small things like special teams. Special teams, we let them run right down the middle. And it's not the first time it's happened this season. And I know we have a strong special teams coach, Marquise, that can do great things with us. I mean, we had him on the podcast, I believe, earlier this season. I don't understand why we can't stay in our lanes, and it's fully different now with the new scheme and the new way they do it. It was different than back when I did it. We used to run down there, crazy people, and go hit the wedge. Now it's different, skills and whatnot. But either way, if other teams can do it, we should be able to do it. We cannot allow special teams to be a reason why we're losing games, whether it's kicking the football or covering the kick. So like stuff like that, stuff like thank God Asia Terrell's coming back, because I mentioned D. Alford. He had a couple breakdowns. He got beat a couple times. That happens as a DB, but it can't keep on happening. And now against guys like that, you talk about they kept Michael Penix clean for the most part. Yeah, he had a couple pressures, and it's fine. It's not fine, but just finding ways to tighten up. Like my thing is, I think our thing. We had it was like Perfect Fridays, we used to call them.
Oh, yeah, Perfect Fridays. Yeah,
Perfect Fridays, where we were just like freaking, trying to get everything right. Like we were like just so particular about the details, because it's the details that matter. And it's the teams, which I feel like we did more in this week of practice, and a couple guys even talked about it. So they were dialed in, they were locked in, they were focused. Like they were trying to like get everything right, and that's how you got to be. Like I don't want to think that the Sunday Night Football success made the team kind of relax a little bit. I'm sure they were excited about it, but I don't want to think they relaxed. But that may have been part of the problem, because it's a young team and because there's not better leadership to corral that energy in and take all that excitement and hoopla from, all right, cool, guys. Never too high, never too low. I know we're super high. Everyone's singing our praises, but we still got to get ready for a Panthers team that beat us last time. Did you see us last week? We got them. We're good. And they run through practice, like miss a thing here, we're good. Look at us. We're getting sack after sack. We're out here Bijan-ed it up and Drake Londoning it up and Kyle Pitts it up.
Right.
After that loss, those guys are quiet, probably dialed in, watching film, finding the particulars of their footwork and looking at detail. I just feel like that's how you got to take it every day. That's the type of mentality you have to have every single day, because these guys are good. Yes, you're good too, but you have to find ways to outmatch them and be better. And I feel like the Falcons team is taking it a little more seriously when it comes to the details.
You know what? Maybe that was our humble pie against the Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Some teams need that humble pie to, like, you know what I'm saying, don't be too high, don't be too low, but you know what I'm saying? But our key is right now, are we going to be consistent throughout the rest of the year? Because the first quarter's over with. We're 2-2. We had 2 good-looking games.
Yeah.
1 okay game that we gave away. Yeah. We had 1 terrible game.
Terrible.
Terrible game. We had 1 terrible game.
Oh my God.
So now we can we right this ship? Is this the team that we're going to be looking at that we seen yesterday? Is this the team that's going to be here from here on out? Just constantly getting better, constantly trying to improve, looking sharp on offense. Look like we practiced. Last week we looked like we didn't even practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this week against the Commanders, man, great game. You know what I'm saying? Great game. Everything fell into place. You know what I'm saying? We got yards on the ground, yards throughout the air. Everybody had their catches. But on defense, are we going to get even more tenacious? Are we going to get even more? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to dial up some more blitzes and schemes? Are we going to get more creative on defense to get to the quarterback? Even though we're doing great so far, pressuring the quarterback, getting hits on the quarterback, are we going to make those key stops now? Can we eliminate those big plays? Teams have been getting big plays on us on defense. Like one hiccup here and there. We need to tighten that up. So I'm saying the bye week is here, 2-2. First quarter, we break it down in quarters. When it's used to be 16 games. So break it down in quarters. It's good to be at 2-2. We could be 3-1. Easily could have been 1-3.
True. How about we beat the teams we were supposed to beat? We lost the teams we were supposed to. No one saw us losing to the Panthers and beating the Vikings or the Commanders. They made out Jaden Daniels will be here. So I don't care how we got there. We got there, but it's 2-2. Now I think, according to FanDuel, some of the odds, Falcons to finish first in the NFC South is plus 300. So that's interesting. Plus 300.
The Bucks are still the favorites. The Bucks are still the favorites, though, and we still 0-2 in the division. But we still got some climbing to do. But it's all right. It's all right. We're looking good. So far, we're looking sharp on offense. I mean, can we keep that going? We want to see these young stars grow. At the same time, have our, I'm saying, have our run game going, our passing game going, quarterbacks playing well, quarterbacks upright, not getting hit, and just firing all cylinders. All like on third down yesterday, we was 50% on third down yesterday. Forgot to mention that.
And they were one of the best third down stopping teams in the league.
Yeah, right, you're right. Yeah,
that's the part to where I'm like, let's go Falcons, let's go Michael Penix, because I didn't know that they were that good in that category, and we didn't care. We had no concern about how great they were at third downs or stopping third downs, because we kept on getting them time after time, and that's when people get tight. They get a little nervous, and your chest gets a little achy, and those guys were able to just execute, be on time, get the play in, do what it's supposed to do. And again, I don't know if it's the fire and the coach, it was Zach Robinson, if it's Raheem, if it's the player.
I don't know what it was, but keep it going.
I like it. I'll take it. Mike, before we get out of here, I want to have you share a little bit of just your mindset and your experience going back into the Falcon Stadium as a Falcon, getting honored as one of the former players there, seeing your old runs, not in that stadium because we're in the Georgia Dome, but seeing your old runs.
Don't say old runs like that. Oh, your old runs.
I mean, not old runs. Yes, we're great. We ain't that great. But see some of your runs, like how did that feel, man? Because I know it had to felt a little bit special having everyone honor you and what you contributed for the Falcons fan base and for this organization.
Oh yeah, so I was the legend spotlight of the game.
There you go.
That's something new that the Falcons are doing this year, bringing back old guys. Oh, jeez, old.
You call yourself old, you're a young man.
Bringing back some of the legends that's did some things for the city, did some things for the organization, and for having fans still there cheering you, roaring you, seeing your highlights, and they still remember those days, man. It felt great. Ovie, you have some clips in there. You have some little highlights in there too as well. They showed it's always still good to be back around the Falcons fans, into the stadium and getting recognized, and people want to take pictures with you and everything. It always feels good, man. And but I just love the atmosphere, man. And I hopefully that these guys that's on the team now will have those same experiences in the future.
Absolutely, guys. So yeah, we appreciate the love for us, the young guys, the old guys, all the guys. And it's a pleasure to be a Falcon. Once a Falcon, always a Falcon. And now that we have gotten back, at least even, hopefully we can take the next step and get on the winning side of things.
Consistent. Be consistent.
Yeah. So tell these guys, Mike, this last thing, the bye week, please, for the love of God, do not go to Cancun. Don't go out the state. Don't go out the country. Relax, have a good time, but do not, under any circumstances, do anything that will embarrass this team or put us at a deficit when it comes to having players available. Because you've seen it, Mike. I've seen it. We've heard stories. You can just Google some of the bye week tragedies that have occurred. Not tragedy, but players making dumb decisions and having a little bit too much fun and then hurting their team in the long run. I'm hoping that we're too smart for that. Raheem is a player's coach, so he can talk to these players legitimately about what to do and what not to do. I've even heard of other teams sending their girls to go and distract players. Like, it gets crazy out there. So
it does get crazy. It does get crazy. But I trust these guys. I've been around these guys. I did some appearances with these guys. I think these are a very more mature team than what we had back in the day.
we had some immature people in our squad. I ain't gonna name no names.
I ain't gonna say no names, but I might have been included. But
tricks.
Right, guys just have their bags packed.
Ready to go. 1, 2, 3, bye week.
Right. But I think these guys are, and with the bye week being so early in the season, I don't think that anybody would like to take or feel the need to go anywhere. Sometimes when it's in the middle of the season and a little bit like later on, you kind of feel like I need to get away. I need to get I need to get out of here. I need to change the scenery. But I think it's too early in the season now for anybody to be thinking like that, hopefully. And I think these guys are going to be around. These are going to be mature guys. We got some guys that need to get healthy, get sharp, man. I think some guys they still think about the Carolina game. I believe, because that was an ugly game. And they know that we can easily get back in that hole. You know what I'm saying? So we want to build on what the momentum that we got right now and keep it going. You don't want to be that guy that sets the team back.
No.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy because it can get ugly for you. Because we got rid of Koo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get rid of Koo. We got to get rid of the wide receiver coach. I think Raheem is ready to get rid of some folks. He's not hesitant to, because he got to save his job, because there's been rubbles of him being on the hot seat. It's crazy. It's only his second year, but that's it. That's the name of the game. The team's not doing bad. You're losing control of your team. You got to get rid of the coach, So I think they'll do right by Raheem. They respect Raheem and they'll do everything right and get ready for the next game.
All right, good stuff, guys. All right, we got to wrap this thing up, man. Y'all Bleav in Falcons. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Bleav in Falcons, baby.